Guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. And yes, today I did tease you with this last video. I'm going to be taking out one of the big QJ motors. I can't even get my words out. I'm just that excited to get out on a big bike again. Which one? Well, you know which one. I'm going to wheel it out in front so we can have a proper look around. We'll do the usual. I'll go through the specs and everything with you, and then we'll go for a ride. First thing though, I'm going to wheel it out because this is quite a heavy bike at 236 kilograms. Yeah, I might have my work cut out for me, but we'll see how easy it is to wheel. Actually, it's not particularly heavy, or it doesn't seem heavy to wheel. The only thing is, for me, being a shorter guy, is because the bars are actually quite high, that itself makes it a little bit more awkward than it probably should be for its weight. It actually feels quite easy once it's rolling, so it's not a lot of effort to push. It's just because the bars feel like they're up here while I'm doing it. It is quite a big bike. Now this one has been used. This is a bike that is fresh from the QJMotor launch day, so there is a little bit of dirt on it, so I'll excuse it for that because it's an adventure bike. These are made to get dirty. Let's just have a look round. You can see it from all angles. There's a few things I like, a few things that I'm not sure of, and everything in between. I'll give it you all. Let's have a look round. I think that's a good looking machine, that. I do like adventure bikes. I am what I would call a cruiser guy mainly, but I like adventure bikes. I've owned a couple of them, and yeah, I think this is a nice looking one. I like how they've got the splashes of yellow on there going against the black. Now, considering I was just saying how tall these bars feel, the seat height is quoted as being 795 millimeters, which for an adventure bike is actually quite a low seat height. However, now I'm stood next to it, it does seem higher than that. So let me throw my leg over and let's see how somebody of my height, being 5'8" with the 29-inch inseam, fits onto something as big as this. Yeah, it does feel taller than 795. I'm on the balls of my feet, so I'm not tiptoeing. I'm on the balls of my feet. Now, I've already mentioned about the weight. The weight doesn't feel that heavy, so I don't feel like it's a bit of an awkward size for me. I'd be quite happy with something like this myself. Size-wise, it's just feels like a typical adventure bike. The specifications have tricked me there, and don't let them trick you. If it is a bike you're thinking about, don't expect a really short seat height, because 795 millimeters just feels taller than that. Strange. Seating position, typical again adventure bike style. You've got these central pegs, my knees going down ever so slightly, but you've got nice wide bars in front of you. I've already mentioned they are raised, so yeah, it's a nice comfortable position for my back. I'm sat up straight. Yeah, seems like a nice position to be in. Seat feels nice and comfortable actually. So you can see with the seat, it's wide enough, but it's just not like a lot of other bikes at this type. They all tend to have quite wide seats. In fact, I've got the 900 version behind me, so I'll show you what I mean on this one. See, this one is different. You can see how it comes out, flares out a little bit more to make it wider, whereas this just not so much. It's not uncomfortable, it's just different. I actually thought it was really comfortable, to be fair. Rear seat, decent sized rear seat. There is a decent grab handle as well, and you can see this one is set up for luggage. It's got the rack already. Now, I know the 600 version comes with free luggage. I will have to double check if this does as well, because if it does, that is just amazing. Because the price on this is, again, it's something that's just baffling me with just how ridiculously cheap these bikes are. But yeah, this is set up for luggage, but I'll see if it's thrown in, and if it is, I'll put it up on screen now. I've just checked and the luggage is included, so it's a saving of £1,000, because that's how much it would have cost if it hadn't have been. This one only comes with the side stand. There is no centre stand with it. It is, of course, a chain drive. This comes with quite a few extras as well, including the engine side protection here. You've got that comes as standard. There is the knuckle guards and the lever protection. These look like, I mean, the plastic looks like there's a bit of a bend to it, but then these are metal, so you've got the lever protection there. And for the winter, always good to get the wind chill off you. It does come with heated grips, again, standard. I love how these bikes are throwing all of the extras on. You don't have to buy an extra kit, you don't have to pay extra money for it. Standard. And I've already mentioned the seat, but look, heated seat as well, standard. That is just phenomenal at this price point, and I will get to that very shortly. Let me just show you the rest of the buttons. So on the left hand side, you've got horn indicators, high low beam, there's a select and enter button, and there is a flash button just on the other side. Right hand side, you've got engine start, hazard lights, and a cutoff. Now this is your classic case of a hell of a lot of bike for the money, because QJ Motors are, I mean, they're very well made bikes. And for anybody that's never heard of QJ have been going for a while, but they've been making a lot of bikes for other manufacturers. I'm not listing them all off because there's a few, but they do make a lot of motorcycles. So if you look at their bikes and see a bit of an influence from someone else, it may well be because QJ used to make those as well. Now, this is the thing. Now, I've said a lot of bike for the money. I know I kind of went off on a tangent. I could do that. Price wise, this is up for sale brand new at £5,699. Now, there are 125s very similar price to that. There is. Could reel off the Yamahas and Kawasaki's and whatever that are around that price at 125s. This is a 650 with some poke to it. Speaking of poke, this is a twin cylinder, it's a V-twin, it's an air-cooled engine, and it delivers 75 horsepower. So yeah, should be a fun day today. 75 horsepower for £5,699. Unbelievable value. Got some impressive spec brakes as well. So it does have twin discs at the front. We've got 4-piston Brembo calipers with a 320mm disc, or discs. And again, we've got the Brembo at the rear, but a smaller disc with a 260 rear. And to save anybody asking, yes, this does have ABS. The fuel tank on this carries 20 litres of fuel, and you can see it is down for E5 or E10, so I would always personally err on the side of E5, just purely because it's better quality and I always get more mileage out of it. Yeah, pay more, but you get more. Just spotted down here as well, there is a USB. That is in a perfect position. If it is down there, it means perfect for mounting an Apple CarPlay device, a phone mount, whatever you need. It's just a good position for it. So let's have a look at this screen. Oh, hello. Yeah, I like that, like the looks of it. It's got quite a nice, it's like a matte finish to it, so it's hiding all of the reflections quite nicely. You can see there's a lot of information on there. You've got nice big speedo, there's a gear indicator, there's a clock, you've got a rev counter going from bottom to top on the right hand side. There are total miles. There is tyre pressure sensors on this as well, so you've got your front tyre and your rear tyre, you've got fuel gauges, you've got temperature gauge. There's a lot going on. That's the one that really matters. All of the other things, yeah, they're always nice to have, but you've got to have a nice clear speedo, and this does. Just spotted as well, all of the buttons are backlit, so you can see they've got that little glow happening, and that's in the daytime. So at night time, that would be, yeah, that'd be handy, because there is a lot, especially on the left hand side, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons, 7. Yeah, there's a lot going on, so it's nice to know that you can actually see where everything is in the evening. See, for me, I'm a massive fan of Vosges. I love Vosges. I think that they are doing some amazing bikes at the minute, and importantly, they're making the prices really, really cheap for bikes that are fully loaded. Now the thing is with this is doing exactly the same thing. This is doing exactly the same as Vosges. They're throwing the engine protection, the heated seats, the heated grips, the guards. They're throwing all of that in. But what they're doing is they're making it even cheaper. So yeah, this gives me something to think about, because I had it in my head I was going to buy the new Vosges 800, whereas this may well be something that's going to compete with that now, because it's about £1,300 cheaper than the Vosges 800s. Is it worth paying the extra for the extra power? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to take it for a ride very, very shortly. So yeah, I'm going to go and grab my gloves and my helmet. Stay with me and we'll take it on the roads. I want to try it on a couple of different roads to see how good it is at fast speeds, slow speeds, all of that stuff. Join me for the ride. I forgot to mention on the walk round, I am bloody useless sometimes. This does have an adjustable screen, so a little pull there and you can lift the screen up, lift the screen down. So it's currently in its high position, and I'm going to just leave it there, but it does look like it lowers by a couple of inches as well, should you want to do that. Let's start it up, let's see how this sounds. Decent little grunt out of that as well. Now this is a tall bike, as I've mentioned, or certainly the seat, well actually yeah, I'm on the balls of my feet, but it feels taller because these bars are raised. Let me turn it around. This is something that I always find can be a little bit more difficult when you are smaller and you are not able to just flat foot it all of the way around. Not helped by all of these leaves that have fell over, that have dropped. I'm actually impressed with that as a turning circle, because yeah, it is a big bike, but I'm well away from the green fence, and that's always my marker. If I can turn it round from the front of the shop and not be obstructed by the green fence, and it's made harder with having that car there as well, but I'm able to do it, which is good. So let's go and hit the roads and see what it's like first of all on these cobbles. See how comfortable we are. Oh yeah, very, very comfortable. Let me do a stand up. Yeah, and I'm standing up on this because this is something that you could well do with one of these. You could take it off road, and yeah, that's a comfortable position for me. Now of course, if you are taller, shorter, whatever, you might need to adjust something, but for somebody of my height, yeah, I'm more than happy with that. It does feel very similar to the Vosges 625, 525, that kind of vibe to it. I do feel like I'm sat quite low and the bars are higher, and I get a similar feeling from the Vosges. Again, it's not a criticism, it's just like, it's just the nature, the style of it. And it feels like you kind of sat in it a little bit. At 30 miles an hour, third gear, there's no vibrations coming via the seat, the arms, the hands, anything like that. Ooh, is she trying to race with me? I don't think that works when I'm on something like this. I win. 40-50 miles an hour. I am getting a little bit of wind on my shoulders and the top of my helmet, so whilst there is a screen there, it's not doing a lot. I mean, it's obviously doing something, but it's not fully protecting me like I would expect a screen of that size to do. There's lots of flags up round here. I actually like it. I'm not getting into the politics of it all, but I just think it does look nice. And it is England, so I don't mind seeing an England flag. I'm not looking at all the other stuff. I just like the fact that we're in England and we can see England flags. And down this stretch of road, they're as far as the eye can see. They are literally every single lamppost. While I'm here, I might just give it one junction down the motorway and just see what it's like doing faster speeds. We'll just give it one little blast down the motorway, I think, just one junction. That'll be enough for me, just to see what it's like at 70 miles an hour. It's nice on the bends. It's got a couple of 100 miles on the clock there, so it's not brand new rubber. They have been used, and this is a really sharp left bend, but it goes round nicely. Let's get our speed up. Yeah, it gets up to 70 miles an hour really quickly, but it seems to do it in a way that it's not brutal. You don't get thrown back in your seat. I'm just looking at the speedo, seeing the speed increasing, but it's not giving me like any taking my breath away moments or anything like that. But that's fine for me. As a touring bike, you want comfort, you want to know that it will do these motorway speeds, and it does it with ease, and this does. Very, very easy little twist of the throttle to do an overtake. The wind that I was experiencing doing 40-50 mile an hour, it doesn't actually get any worse. When you're doing 70 mile an hour, it's very, very similar. So it doesn't get uncomfortable because of the wind. So that screen is obviously doing a good enough job. So far, there's not a lot to complain about with this bike. It's comfortable, it's got enough power, the heated grips are keeping my hands nice and warm. Yeah, I'm certainly in my happy place as far as a touring motorcycle goes. Not being blown about. It feels quite windy today, but I'm able to keep central in the lane without any effort really. And that is what I want to see at a bike that, well, for a bike that I would potentially be doing a lot of motorway miles on, because for me this is a touring machine. It's a touring machine that potentially you could take on a couple of little dirt tracks if you were that way inclined. I know a lot of people do like to get the adventure bikes dirty. For me, I just think an adventure bike is just a perfect touring companion. I think they've got a lovely, nice sit down, back up straight position. You can also for long rides, to be able to just give yourself a leg stretch after a bit of motorway, and to be able to do that and not be unstable on the bike, and adventure bikes are perfect for it. Motorway on this bike was a pleasure. Now I'm riding through town, and one thing I have noticed in relation to filtering is just the size of the tank. This feels much wider than my own Yamaha Nikon, which has 2 wheels at the front. It's just the tank is quite wide. It's like what you'd expect from something like the BMW Adventure, you know, the GS Adventure. It just seems massive right at the front. And then on top of that, because you've got the side protection as well, it just feels very, very, very wide. So with regards to filtering, you need to have quite a big gap to get through. And I did find a bit further down the road, you find with stuff like this that's quite wide, but then you get to some thinner stuff and yeah, it becomes a bit of a squeaky bum moment. Speaking of traffic, when you are in traffic, because the bike is quite tall, when you are in a queue of traffic, you can actually see above the cars in front. Now even like this in front of me now, you've got this like SUV thing, what is it, a Kia Sorento. I can pretty much see over the top of that, and that's quite a tall car. Now the camera's obviously mounted on my chin, so you won't see it on camera, but via my eyes I can actually see. And when you are stuck with just normal size cars and not SUVs, when you're driving down the road, again, you can probably see on camera now, you are taller than those cars. So it does make it a little bit safer for me, because you can actually see what's happening to the cars in front of the car of the one that you're in front of or behind. Let me try that again. So the car that's in front of you, you can see over that and see the car in front of that. So if that car for whatever reason needs to stop, you can see that happening before the car in front of you starts stopping. You're seeing something ahead. Jesus, I've made that hard work, but you know what I mean. You can see more in front of you, is what I'm getting at, which for me makes it safer, because it means that you can plan for something that the car in front of you has not even started to plan for yet. So you'll brake maybe even before the car in front of you has, because you're seeing it as well. So it's safer, it's a better position to be in. Okay, so let me just give you the rundown for this bike. Get it into neutral. Very easy to get into neutral, actually. Impressed with that. So let me give you the rundown. This bike is a hell of a lot of bike for the money. I've pushed that point several times already. It is. You've got heated seats, heated grips, you've got a lovely TFT screen, you've got all of the extras that they've thrown at you with the engine protection, with the knuckle guards. You've got an adjustable screen at the front. You've got a lovely adventure bike with 75 horsepower that, to be fair, looks really nice. I really like it, and it doesn't look like a cheap motorcycle. It doesn't. You would never know if you didn't know bikes and you put this next to bikes that were thousands of pounds more expensive. You wouldn't know that this was so many thousands of pounds less expensive than those, is what I'm getting at. It's actually a really, really nice thing. So if you're interested, I'll put a link for Into Moto in the description should you be interested in one of these. But yeah, so far I really am impressed with everything that QJ's thrown at us. The 125s, even the 50cc scooter. I'm just really impressed with the build quality, performance, and just the overall feel of them. That is, looking at me now, that is the QJMotor SRT 900. So yeah, we're going for the big boy. It's the 900X, so it's the one with the spokey wheels. So if you want to see that, make sure you don't miss out. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. But for now, laters.
He's a killer, that's right.